Hey guys, this is Kevin again, bringing you another video. Today I want to talk to you about Eastern culture versus Western culture. Having grown up in the West for my entire life, I feel that I have a pretty good grasp of what Western culture entails, and I have been exposed to many variations in some form or fashion. Of course, there are pros and cons for each culture. However, I want to focus more specifically in regards to relationships between a man and a woman and their projected roles within the household. I came across a Penn State University study that stated Eastern cultures emphasize relationships interdependence, hierarchy, and status, whereas Western cultures emphasize individual uniqueness and equality, which appears to be spot on based upon my experience with both cultures. Eastern cultures have more of a tendency towards dependence and reliance upon one another, while Western culture seeks more to be independent of one another. Where you sometimes get this, well, I don't need a man. Well, I don't need a woman. Sounds familiar? Also, I noticed that in Eastern culture, people tend to pay more respect and homage to their parents and their elders by exercising traditional or cultural traditions, I should say, such as touching their feet or placing the backside of their elders' hands to their foreheads. While in Western culture, we are seeing this trend of children showing a lack of respect for their elders and seeking more independence as adults. Both of my parents were educators where I was actually supposed to follow in their footsteps in their occupational path. However, after seeing the trends of how these elementary school kids were disrespecting school teachers, I decided that I liked my freedom and sanity more. This mindset in the West has trickled down to the core level of the family, where husbands and wives are seeking independence from one another, and the divorce rates are soaring to the highest levels in the world. In the West, there are so many so-called movements that are designed specifically to empower this mindset of independence. And unfortunately, this philosophy has torn the family unit apart and have abolished the traditional roles of husband and wives, which have totally confused future generations. Now, since we are focusing specifically on relationships between a man and a woman and their projected roles within the household, which culture do you think is more conducive to establishing a solid relationship, partnership, or marriage? As I have stated in previous videos, I am all for equal rights and opportunities for both men and women, but I have witnessed firsthand how these movements in the West have decimated families and totally abandoned our children and helping them to develop and understand what their roles and identities should be in producing a healthy family unit. Having equal rights and opportunities should not negate what your roles and responsibilities should be as a man, woman, husband, wife, mother, or father. Suddenly in the West, we have become so modernized and empowered that we as men don't think that we have to provide and protect for our family anymore. And women no longer feel that they have to cook, clean, nurture, and take care of the household, which is most common in traditional Eastern cultures. So, how are these children supposed to eat? And we wonder why we're so morbidly obese and unhealthy in the West from eating all this fast and frozen foods packed with sodium and preservatives. So, if someone breaks in my home tonight, am I expecting my wife to go check to see where the noise is coming from? So don't get it twisted. I know you are strong, independent, and unapologetically empowered. And despite all of that, there are still certain roles that men and women play in a relationship. Men should be masculine, and women are supposed to be feminine. Don't get mad at me. I didn't make man or woman. If you want to complain, complain to your God. Now, before you turn off the video, I am not saying that we can't share responsibilities within the household. It should be a collective effort with communication in our roles, but that does not negate my responsibility as a man to my family. And women, the same applies to you. So, what am I saying? I am saying that there should be a balance where you can still be modernized, but when it comes to a relationship, partnership, or marriage, there are certain roles and characteristics that are ingrained within a man and a woman regarding family that has been embedded in us where there is a natural attraction between a man and woman. I don't know of any woman who has publicly said that they want a weak man who cannot protect and provide for them. And likewise, I don't know of any men who has publicly mentioned that they're seeking a masculine woman. Most men want and desire feminine women. So when it comes to a relationship, I believe Eastern culture wins this round. So guys, tell me what you think in the comment section. Please like and definitely subscribe. And until next time.